Hey guys, so I know I haven't posted anything on the YouTube channel here for a little bit. I've been extremely busy working on my projects, other projects. Also been working at the machine shop part-time, so I've been putting in some work. But with that said, you know, I have been doing a lot of stuff off camera. Like I built a new engine for the Camaro, and really it was just sort of a freshen up deal. Same thing that was in it before, LQ4, 6 liter. This one has Gen 4 rods and pistons. And yeah, put new cam bearings in it, put a different oil pump in it. And it's been running great. So that car's back up and running. I'm gonna do some suspension changes on it, hopefully make it to the track 1 or 2 more times this year. And then I got started on the Sonoma. So tore the old 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine out of the Sonoma and sold that off. Got the transmission here still. Hopefully somebody will pick that up soon. But originally I was going to put that engine that was for my dad's storage unit in it. And then my buddy Ace, shout out to Ace, he was considering doing an LS swap on his OBS truck and had a 406 in it. And I said, you know what? I'll find you an LS engine if you trade me the 406 and the transmission that's in your truck currently. And he was willing to do the trade. So I've been working on building that since then. I'll show you that tonight. I put new rings in it, gapped the rings for nitrous. That's sort of the plan for this truck eventually, is to, you know, throw a shot of nitrous on it. So went ahead and did that, did all new rings on it, did a light hone on it, just for some cross hatching. And it's pretty much ready to go. I just got to put the oil pan on. I got some heads coming for it. You know, just assembly from here on out, basically. Once that's done, we'll put it in the truck. You know, I'll show you what the truck looks like right now. It's all tore down. And then we'll start, you know, getting this and the transmission I got for it put together and in the truck. So tonight I'm going to film some checking oil pan clearances, getting the pickup tube on this engine here. And so yeah, stay tuned for that. All right guys, so here's the oil pan I picked up. This is the S10 swap Kevko pan. This one's got a windage tray on it. It's a super nice piece. I got a discount through the machine shop. They do Kevko pans on all their stock car stuff. And then it also comes with the appropriate oil pickup tube. So I got my pickup here. I'm gonna install this onto the pump here in a moment. But it's a different height depending on what the pump is. So this is a M55 HV, the higher volume pump. So I got the pickup specific for that. It says on the Kevko instructions here to put a little bit of sealant on this as I seal it in here. I have some green Loctite, which is for sleeve applications that I might use on it. But otherwise, yeah, you just take this bolt off, hammer it in, put some Loctite. They actually give you a separate bolt to put into your oil pump that's a little bit longer to compensate for this little mounting bracket here. So yeah, we're gonna get started on that. All right, so what I'm doing now, got a piece of Play-Doh here. Probably should have used a different color other than blue since I used blue tape, but I can see it, that's what matters. I'm gonna go ahead and place this all the way across the pickup. So you may notice that the pickup's not completely level when the engine is flat. One side, this side's usually a little bit higher than this side, but I'm just gonna put this all the way across and put the pan on just so we can check it. So make sure that's kind of stuck on there a little bit. All right, let's stick the pan on there now and then put some bolts in it. So let's get this all the way down here. And then I have the bolts for the 4 corners here. I'm gonna put those in real quick and I'll show you the result. All right guys, so I torqued down those corner bolts and took them out. Didn't want to film all of that process, but now I'm gonna pull the pan off and we're gonna see how much it pushed the Play-Doh down. Well, our Play-Doh is on this side of the pan. Stuck better to that, which is fine, because that's what we have. So I got my dial caliper now. You notice down on this end of the dial caliper that you have an area where you can kind of set your depth. So that's what I'm going to use to check this. So I'll zero it out, push this out to the point where so I got 0.23, 0.230. 0.19. Yeah, it's like, all right. So we may need to adjust this a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more. It's at like 0.19-ish. So I might remeasure and try again. All right, guys, so we're here, day 2. Got interrupted last night, so I ended up not being able to finish setting up this pickup tube. So we have an issue where I cannot get this pickup tube to have enough clearance. I have to have at least 1/4 inch clearance between the pickup tube and the pan. So I looked at Kevko's website. They actually have this pickup tube and it's notched. So basically what you can do then is if it's notched, you could bend this bracket and push this down lower so that you have enough clearance. Mine, for whatever reason, doesn't have that. So I'm gonna notch it. I don't know if this is an older version or what. Doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna wait for Kevko to send me a new one. I'm just gonna notch this one and bend this to get my pickup tube to be a little bit lower. So I'm gonna do that next. All right, guys, that's what we ended up with. Boarded out a little bit more than I would have liked at the top part there, but I'm gonna put a bigger washer on it and it'll hold it in place. So we'll give this a shot now. All right, got my Play-Doh back on there. Here we go again. And this is why it's important to check and double check this every single time. Because in my case, the pickup would have been too close, restricting the flow of oil. And that's bad, obviously. So I'll get this on there, torque it down, pull it off, and let you guys see what I got. All right, so first impressions here, this already looks like it's thicker, which means our spacing is probably better. But let's check it out. All right. It's a lot closer to 1/4 inch. I might still bend it a little bit more. And just for reference, that's where we're at now. I'm probably going to push it all the way over to the side there and then recheck it. All right, 10th time's a charm, right? Let's measure this out. Okay, it's 1/4. It's about 1/4. It's a bit less on this side, but that's probably about as good as it's gonna get, honestly. I have another pan gasket, a Felpro. I'm actually gonna try that next. It might be a little bit thicker, but I wanted to get this as close as I could before I tried different gaskets. So we'll try that next. All right, so on the Felpro gasket, you gotta put some seal and some RTV here in the corners. So that's where I'm gonna put some at, all 4 corners. And then I might put some around where the dipstick areas are. This side doesn't have the dipstick port, obviously, but the gasket has a spot for it, and so does the pan. So I might fill that in just to give it a little bit of extra insurance, but we'll get the gasket on next. The Felpro gasket comes with these little clips. It's nice because it helps you align the gasket on here. You can also set it up so that you can do it underneath the car. So that's what those are for, but just line it up. All right, guys, so we got the pan on, new gasket. Nice part about this gasket is it does come with a bolt kit. It's a little bit more expensive, but it comes with the bolts that you need. They're supposed to be longer. I didn't think they were that much longer, but nonetheless, we got the pan on. So one more step done. All right, one last little trick here. So I took an old head bolt and put 3 slots in it with my angle grinder. This is the same thing I do with the LS head bolts to clear out the head bolt holes. So you can already see how nasty that is. So I'm gonna run it through there a couple times. I'll run some compressed air through there as well just to clean them out once I'm done. And that'll just, prevent it from having any issues putting in your head bolts. So cool little trick for you.